Okay. Hi folks, I'm a really big fan of breaking down Chataranga Dandasana, or sometimes known as plank pose, that can be part of Vinyasa flow yoga. It can also be a static standalone pose in more traditional yoga forms, but particularly in Vinyasa flow yoga, it's a position that you move in and out of quite quickly, and it can be easy to kind of skip through it or not quite kind of get all the elements going in it. So I thought today I'd just show you a little technique that I teach quite regularly, and I've been teaching regularly for years. I learned it from Zoe Knott, a British wheel teacher many years ago, and the way that we start is this. So you're going to come into a hands and knees position. Okay, so you've got your knees hip width apart, knees are underneath your pelvis. You've got your wrists underneath your shoulders or maybe slightly ahead, yeah? And then you're going to just step your hands, so look at the length of your hands from the tip of the middle finger to the base of the wrist. Just step your hands half that length forward. So we're in what we could call a long tabletop position, or sometimes called a long cat pose. From there, you're going to bend your elbows and bring your forearms down onto the floor, yeah? So you're going to have a little look from right to left, and we want to make sure that those forearm bones are parallel lines. So they're parallel with one another, and they're also parallel with the side edges of your mat. Look a little to the hands and see that the fingers are spread and that you're pressing down through the backs of the knuckles and the pads of the fingers. Thumbs are spread away from the index fingers. You've got a good broad base through the pads or the paws of your hands. Then you can just drop your gaze so the neck is easy and long. And then let's bring some awareness to the lower back and the pelvis. So in this position here, having dropped the elbows to the floor, it's quite possible that your lumbar spine will be in a kind of archy position and your bottom will be sticking out behind you, okay? So what we want to do in the first instance is press the front of the feet and the shin bones into the floor. That might give you the sense of a little bit of activation of the pelvic floor and the tummy muscles. Simply pressing the shin bones and the front of the feet into the floor activates the arches of the feet. And then from there, if you imagine on the end of your tailbone, you've got a wagging dog's tail. And you know when a dog's been naughty and it draws its tail between its legs. So just draw your tail between your legs. So there's a little bit of a rounding through the lumbar spine and a tucking or drawing the tail between the legs, yeah? And then we're going to keep that position through the pelvis as you press the palms of the hands into the floor and you lift the elbows and the forearms up, okay? So lifting the elbows and the forearms up, you're just lifting them up a few inches, doesn't have to be high. Keep the length through the neck, keep the shoulders relaxed. Might feel it's instantly quite hard work in the forearms and the backs of the upper arms, the tricep muscles. When it becomes fatiguing in your body will look for a way out. So don't let the lower back arch, don't stick your bum out, don't stick your tail out. Keep drawing your tail between your legs. And then release the elbows to the floor, forearms to the floor. Then you can let your bottom stick out for a minute, you can breathe easy. Maybe give your head a little kind of side to side movement. You could give your jaw a little toggle, and then we'll come back in again. So exactly the same. You might stay with that first movement, so we could call that phase one. Second part of the movement starts in the same way. Press the shin bones down, press the front of the feet into the floor, press the toenails into the floor. Draw your doggy's tail between your legs, lift the elbows, lift the forearms, press into the hands. And then this time, stage two, just glide the shoulders slightly forward, okay? Elbows stay bent, head and neck free. Don't lose the pressing of the front of the feet. That's it, keep pressing the feet, pressing the toenails, hold the work, head and neck free. Good, I'm sure it's kind of burning in the tricep muscles, backs of the arms. And then release the forearms down onto the floor. Whew. Take an easy breath, give the head a little nod. If you're accumulating tension in the head and neck and shoulders, Go back to stage 1, make sure you keep the neck long, make sure you drop the shoulders away from the ears. We'll go into stage, what we could call stage 3 of the work. Same starting point, check the forearm bones are parallel, be spreading through the hands, make your paws, make those paws really big on the floor so you've got maximum surface area. Press the toenails into the floor, press the front of the feet into the floor, press the shin bones, draw your doggy's tail between your legs. That's it, lift the elbows, lift the forearms, shoulder and neck free, slide forward, shoulders travelling forward, elbows stay bent, stay and hold the work, stay and hold the work, keep breathing. Make sure the elbows don't pop out to the sides. Good, that's it, fantastic. And then you can release back, bring the elbows down to the floor, breathe easy. Whew, maybe have a breath out through the mouth. I think I said we'd do 3. I just want to do one more because I want to remind you of arm position. So those forearm bones, they're parallel with one another, parallel with the long edges of your mat. As you press the front of the feet into the floor, as you draw your doggy's tail between your legs, you lift the elbows and forearms, look at those forearms and make sure they stay as parallel lines. Don't let the elbows pop out to the side. Keep them tracking parallel as you travel forward. Good. The further you travel forward, keeping the elbows bent, the more you're loading the arms and the shoulders. So you find your measure, you press through the knuckles, press through the pads of the fingers, and then you release. Drop your bottom back to your heels, release the forearms, release the palms of the hands from the floor, turn the palms of the hands to the ceiling. Just give the fingers a little wriggle, a little closing the fist, opening the fist. Good. Walk your hands back, sit back on your heels. And that's a really kind of precise and simple way to break down one of the key elements of a Chaturanga or a Dandasana, so that you build the strength through the tricep muscle and through the forearms and the wrists. Okay, any questions or queries, you can just pop them in the comments box. Well done.